What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today we're watching Beyond Dragon Ball Super by UnrealEntGaming. Beerus Ultra Beer. Destroyer Ultra Beerus overpowers Ligor. Hakaishin Ultra Ligor is born. Oh, so that boy Ligor got him a form. Ooh. Cause Beerus wasn't able to touch him in base, so is Ligor stronger? With the form, we gonna see, man. We gonna see, and make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it, man.
As our story now continues, following the initial battle involving Universe 20's God of Destruction Ligor having to go head-to-head against Universe 7's God of Destruction Beerus, as with Beerus now having to complete his initial transformation by unveiling his new Hakaishin Ultra form to Ligor for the first time, was when Goku and the others went on to then chime in. Are you guys seeing this? Lord Beerus, he has an entirely new and different transformation, with Vegeta responding, I don't believe it, and so this was Lord Beerus' true power that he must have went on to discover and achieve while training with Gohan. But what is that? And why does it feel as though he is also wielding the same kind of heat that Ultra Instinct gives off when you're wielding it? As Gohan went on to then ask Whis, hey, so what do you think, Whis? With Lord Beerus now at his absolute best out there against Lord Ligor, do you think that it'll be enough to win him the battle? With Whis responding, well, although I would usually go as far as to say yes, for a power like this should be more than enough to be able to handle whatever Lord Beerus encounters, but I would say that it would be best for us to wait and find out for ourselves before we go and assume that Lord Beerus will easily win this. As Ligor then went on to chime back in, well, for I must say that I'm quite pleasantly surprised, Lord Beerus, for I can see that you have gone to extraordinary lengths in reaching the heights of power that most gods would only ever dream of achieving. However, while this ultra form of yours is very impressive to witness from across the battlefield, don't think for 1 second that this newfound strength of yours will deter me from winning, God of Destruction, as this only goes on to fuel my resolve even more, as I do not fear your capabilities and I won't back down from challenging them either, for I will carry on in testing every ounce of power that you have awakened, and I will do so by matching you accordingly. With Ultra Beerus responding, well, be that as it may, and while you appear to be very sure of yourself and having what it takes to compete with what I've become now, understand that just like Lord Reno had to ultimately find out firsthand for himself, that I am about to go and reveal to you on why I am among the strongest gods among all 20 of our kind, as well as having you suffer your first major defeat by the hands of a far more cunning and far more experienced God of Destruction, Lord Ligor. And if you are every bit as good as you claim for yourself to be here against me, Ultra Beerus went on to then dash towards Ligor by then responding, then I offer you this one and only final chance to go improve your worth here against me and show me as to what you are
your shit, Beerus.
Giving it your all. To which it was only just then with Ligor then being shown having to attempt to strike Beerus, with Beerus all of a sudden being shown having to vanish and reappearing behind him, was when Goku then went on to question, whoa, just look at Lord Beerus move out there. So wait, is this Lord Beerus' true power then, Whis? Because why does it also seem like Lord Beerus is moving in a similar way to how I move when using my Ultra Instinct? With Whis responding, well, what you are witnessing right now is not only the culmination of Lord Beerus' true power, but this is also the embodiment of Lord Beerus' destructive nature combined with the teachings of Ultra Instinct that I have instilled in him over countless years prior, as this form represents not only the peak of his potential that goes far beyond anything that he could have achieved in his prime, but Lord Beerus now ranks among the highest echelons among the gods, perhaps even as the strongest among them all, while wielding this newly discovered power that he fully went on to unlock and use against Gohan. However, I would rather wait to see on how exactly this is going to go, because unless Lord Ligor has something unexpected in store for Lord Beerus that will go on to match him, then it would only be best for us to wait and see on how this will go before we grow sure of our predetermined decisions, with Vegeta then having to question, so wait, are you saying that this newly crowned destroyer may still have a chance in matching up to and even overpowering Lord Beerus' new form? But how can that even be when it looks as though the battle seems to be shifting within Lord Beerus' favor? With Whis responding, well, that is because gods of destruction are very unpredictable by their very nature, Vegeta, which also means that anything can happen between now and whenever their battle is called to an end, and so that is why they should never be underestimated, for you may never know on what one of them could have up their sleeve. To which it was only then just upon with Ultra Beerus being shown going on the offensive, with Ligor being shown trying his best in defending himself, was when Beerus then went on to quickly respond. And I must give you credit and say that you are holding up far better than how Lord Reno was shown having to hold up against me when facing off against such a power, but my only question to you now is how long do you believe that you can keep this going for, Destroyer? Because you and I both know, Beerus proceeds upon being shown punching Ligor in the face,
okay,
the longer you try and attempt to continue this
Ligor
battle against
Ligor's
me,
strong
the
now.
worse this is going to
he
go
ain't
and
keeping
get
up,
for
but
you,
he
Destroyer.
hold himself off a little bit.
Do you wish to give up, or would you still rather continue? With Ligor responding, "Oh, don't grow overconfident here, Destroyer, because so as long as I am able to draw breath in this duel here against you," Ligor proceeds upon being shown kneeing Beerus in the face, "then you and I are very far from finished here, Lord Beerus."
Okay.
Because just like yourself, if you haven't already figured it out by now, that I would much rather fall and completely be crushed in battle while maintaining my honor than ever willingly go and give up against another god of destruction. Well, good, Beerus quickly responds upon being shown double axe handling Ligor across the face. "Just as I expected that you would, and so that's the spirit, god of destruction. But although you are brave and still wanting to go and continue, this will only continue to grow worse for you the longer we battle." To which it was only then just upon with Ligor being shown on the ground and having to notice Beerus firing off multiple energy blasts was when Ligor then went on to quickly respond, "So he's going for broke since he probably knows that he cannot hope to maintain that power for very long, which is more than likely why he is resorting to wanting me to back down now, for this must be the reason as to why." Well, very well then, god of destruction, but I know that there must be a reason on why you are so quick to have me back down from this battle, Ligor went on to then dash towards Beerus by responding, "And while I have my doubts on how long you are able to maintain this newly discovered power of yours, I do not plan on stopping until I see this for myself here against you, and so I will not yield no matter what it is that you try and do here against me." Interesting, Beerus responds upon Ligor being shown knocking away all of Beerus's blast by them being shown getting right next to him. "So you believe that stamina is going to be my weakness now, do you?
Okay.
Well, I hate to have to inform you like this, but even this itself will not work since I have already hardened my stamina reserves to far greater heights." What the? Well, we'll go and see about that one, god of destruction. Ligor was then shown teleporting behind Beerus. "For I
bit
will
his
be the
ass.
judge of where this battle of ours is going to go, and so just you wait." To which, as Ligor was then shown having to bite down on Beerus' shoulder, was when Goku went on to then chime in, "Oh gosh, well I know that one has to more than likely hurt, but man, some of these destroyers sure do love to bite down on their enemies until they've ripped them all to pieces now, don't they?" With Vegeta chiming in, "Yeah, well don't go and remind me, Kakarot, because you weren't the one who mostly had to go and deal with such outcomes during our battles, since you on the other hand were too busy nearly getting knocked around by them and almost being shown getting put to
Vegeta did
sleep."
get bit
But
too,
then
huh?
It was only just upon with Ligor being shown attempting
forgot
to
about that
ragdoll
against
Beerus around with
that
Beerus
little
shown
freaky nigga
simultaneously
Cobras.
punching Ligor was when Beerus went on to then respond, "Though you are quite the opponent and a difficult god of destruction to deal with in a one-on-one battle, and if I hadn't went and revealed to you the fruits of my true nature after spending the time that I did to train and getting to where I currently am, then from this point moving forward, it should be clear that there isn't going to be a single move that you can go and make here against me that I won't already see coming. And since the gap between our powers should be more than enough to tell you as to where we currently stand from within this moment, I have you dead to rights, and no matter what you try and do, I will already be 2 steps ahead of you, god of destruction, for you had went and fought well, but this is where it ends." Beerus went on to then knock Ligor away by elbowing him in the stomach, "And if there was any doubt in having you question my tenacity in helping you wage war against these so-called gods of destruction," Ultra Beerus responds upon being shown firing a blast, "then allow for this moment to be further proof on why that shouldn't be the case, for I am not the same destroyer both mentally and physically as you may have remembered me in being, Destroyer." To which, as a giant explosion was then then shown taking place in the distance was when Beerus went on to then continue, as I hereby want for this to be a painful reminder to you, even as an ally to my universe, that there is no other god of destruction, whether they be friend or foe, that will be capable and strong enough to overshadow me. So what do you think? Goku then went on to turn towards the others by asking, you guys think that that'll do it for Lord Ligor out there? Because something tells me that this isn't going to be enough to win Beerus today, with Vegeta responding, well, as much as I'd like to also think that it will, I want you to go and take a closer look, Kakarot, for I don't think that Lord Ligor is finished here with Lord Beerus, and his swelling aura is very evidence of that, with Ultra Beerus being shown having to then chime in. Maybe now you can see that I wasn't going to be as easy to deal with on the battlefield as you may have assumed that I would be, God of Destruction, and now that you can see that for yourself firsthand, what do you say we go and end this battle of ours, now that you can see that you are no match for me as you are? Or do you still wish to somehow go and resume this contest here against me? Because if you do, then I highly doubt that you will be able to take much more of that without having me knock you out or possibly even destroy you.
Knock his ass out.
Something that I don't want to have to go and do, and so now what's it going to be? With Ligor being shown having to extend his arms from the smoke by then responding, I must admit that even I myself had never had expected to ever come to see the day where a pre-existing and fellow god of destruction would ever go as far as to push me this far in a duel before, and with Lord Tigron being the only exception in doing so, Ligor continues, you, Lord Beerus, are the first among the original gods to go as far as to achieve this, and for that, you have my deepest levels of respect. But while your power comes to me as a sudden and unexpected surprise, I was actually hoping that something like this would happen in meeting another god who can push me as far as you did. However, do not let this moment here deceive you in allowing for this to get to your head, Lord Beerus, for you have only seen but a small fraction of what I'm truly capable of, Ligor continues. There is far more to my true power than what you've encountered thus far here against me. So while I admire your will along with your warrior spirit to continue this contest here against me, you have hereby now left me with no other choice than to do what I must if I am in hopes of matching this power of yours, God of Destruction. For I want you now to go and prepare yourself for an overwhelming storm of power, the likes of which you have never expected nor experienced come from another destroyer before. And while I can see that look deep within your eyes, which tells me on how much you truly have changed since meeting you for the first time back on your home world, momentary victories are dangerous illusions, God of Destruction, Ligor continues, for they shouldn't have to go and be celebrated until you have seen them through until the very end, which our battle here has not reached, Lord Beerus. For even though I wasn't expecting to find myself in this current situation, since I had already began preparations and further training with Lord Tigron, you should consider yourself extremely honored, Lord Beerus, for you are about to witness a side of me that only one other destroyer before you has ever seen. And while I recognize that you and I truly aren't so different when compared to one another, Ligor continues, our power, on the other hand, when comparing where we currently are along with in seeing how our skills have shaped us into becoming who we are, couldn't be any more different, God of Destruction. With the curious Beerus having to then ask, is that so, Destroyer? And how exactly can you be so sure of yourself that even while exerting your full power, that you'd simply have what it takes to stand up against what I've become now? Because now I'm curious by what you mean, and so tell me, are you bluffing? Because what kind of strength could you hope to reach deep down and draw forward onto the surface here against me that you think that'll be enough to put me down and keep me down for good, Destroyer? Because judging based from what I can tell, you are either stalling for time or you've been hiding your true power from me since the very beginning, and so which one is it? Well, if you believe that I am bluffing or simply stalling for time, Ligor responds, then you couldn't be further from the truth, because not only are you wrong in your assumptions about how far my true power is able to take me here against you, but if you truly believe that you are without a rival to this newly discovered power of yours, then you can think again, Lord Beerus. Beerus, as you weren't the only god of destruction who had received the grace of training by the hands of an angel, to which as Ligor went on to erupt by powering up tremendously similar to Beerus, it was only just upon with a gigantic aura now beginning to emanate right before Beerus was when Beerus went on to then quickly chime back in. Wait a second, surely this can't mean what I think that it means now, can it? Because if what it was that you just said is to
it's canon, Beerus. It's canon.
No. But that's impossible, Beerus went on to then put his guard up by continuing. How was he able to go and achieve such a thing within such a short amount of time? Wait, yes, but of course, for the passage of time in his universe is vastly different when compared to the rest of us. And since the flow of time is accelerated here in this universe, Beerus continues, by the time those two newly appointed destroyers were put in their current positions, who knows on how much time had passed when compared to the amount of time spent in the other existing 18 universes. For now I see what he did. As a shocked Gohan then went on to question, whoa, there's just no way. What incredible power, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop either. And so, what in the world is this? And why does this look similar to what Lord Beerus had undergone? With Whis responding, well, as surprising as it is for me to say this, but that's because it is. Now watch and observe very closely, Gohan. To which it was only then moments later with Ligor's aura now beginning to dissipate as Ligor had now looked visually different was when Ligor went on to address Beerus by responding, behold, mighty destroyer, for you weren't the only god of destruction who had decided to walk down this similar path. For as you can now begin to see, I had underwent a journey that was not so different from your own Lord Beerus, as not only did I go as far as to train with my own angel in learning of the ways of achieving the impossible, but I too am also a graduate of Angel Ivalco's training, just like you. And if you honestly thought that you were the only one who was capable of amalgamating your destroyer nature with Ultra Instinct, Ligor continues, then think again, God of Destruction, because it was as I had told you, as there is more to my power than you can possibly begin to know of, and now you will go on to see it firsthand for yourself, so that way you may fully go on to understand. As a shocked Beerus went on to then respond, I can't believe what I'm seeing, so it's true. So this was what you've been hiding from us all along now, wasn't it? So this was what I've been sensing that was coming from deep within your very spirit.
Yeah,
boy, which was only shockingly enough then moments later as Hakaishin Ultra Ligor was then shown having to stand before Beerus was when Ligor then went on to respond,
that boy
look
Ligor
closely
clean
and bear witness, for if this was what you've been hoping to see, then I welcome you to soak it all in, for this here is my all destroyer, and with you and I being the only two destroyers who are able to wield such power, Ultra Ligor continues, I can go as far as to assure you that our strength along with our skills couldn't be any more different. And now that the battlefield has been evened and with both of our true powers manifested onto the surface, let us go and resume exactly where we had left off and find out on just which one of us is truly the strongest warriors among the gods, Lord Beerus. As it was only right then and there now, during that moment, where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the resurrected fallen gods of destruction, the legendary God Saga manga chapter number 7 special then comes to a close.
Alright, who y'all got down below, man? This Hakaishin Ultra Ligor or Ultra Beerus? What the I don't know, man. I think like Ligor got it, because usually the person that transforms second should win. Usually. Don't spoil it in the comments for me though. Don't spoil it in the comments. Some of you niggas like to spoil shit. Cause I already know you probably got this shit on this Patreon right now. But I don't know. It'll be a fire battle. It should be drawn out though. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to UnrealEntGaming for this video. And make sure y'all subscribe. Try to get to 1,500 by the end of the year. Hopefully we can get it. And if not, whatever. But yeah, check out the last chapter right here. Then check out another story right here. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.